Surah Mutaffifin. Central theme and relationship with the preceding surah. This surah is a supplement to Surah Infitar, the previous surah. Both have basically the same central themes. This surah is an elaboration of the division of the righteous and the defiant mentioned at the end of the previous surah. The only difference between the two surahs is the basis of reasoning. In the previous surah, the attributes of God that are prominent in man's physical being are adduced from. In this surah, the nature with which the Almighty has blessed a person is adduced from. One can explain the basis of reasoning presented in this surah by saying that by his very nature, man likes justice and what is good, and dislikes injustice and what is evil. This difference between his likes and dislikes bears evidence that the creator of this nature differentiates between justice and injustice, or in other words, between the just and the unjust. He cannot regard the two to be alike. If this was so, why would he have given man the ability to distinguish between good and evil? The question now arises that if by nature a person likes good, then why does he perpetrate evil? The answer to this question is that he does not do evil because he likes it by nature. It is what is good that he likes by nature, and it is just by being overwhelmed with other motives and inclinations that he commits evil while going against his nature. Had he by nature liked injustice and evil, he should have remained happy even when some other person was unjust to him. However, everyone can witness that this is not so. The very person who is dishonest in weighing to others cries out with anguish if others were dishonest with him. In this surah, the Qur'an, while presenting this aspect of human nature as evidence, has reminded us of a basic reality. When the Almighty Himself is just and He has created in human beings a liking for justice and goodness, it is essential that He bring forth a day in which He reward those who honor and value this light within their nature and punish those who do not do so. At a number of places, the Qur'an has adopted this style of reasoning in favor of the Day of Judgment, and I have been explaining this all through. In this regard, readers can take a look at what I have written under the following verse of Surah Qiyamah. بَلِ الْإِنسَانُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ بَصِيرًا وَلَوْ أَلْقَى مَعَاذِيرًا. In fact, man himself is a witness upon his own self, however much he may put up excuses. Surah number 75, verses 14 and 15. Analysis of the Discourse, Section 1, verses 1 to 6. An expression of regret on people who want that no one should be unjust to them, but who themselves deal unjustly with others. It was only in accordance with justice that they should not like for others what they do not like for themselves. This attitude of theirs shows they do not expect the Day of Judgment to come when people will be raised before their Lord. Section 2, verses 7 to 17. A mention of the fate of the defiant who had denied reward and punishment and had spent their lives in disobedience to the Almighty. Section 3, verses 18 to 28. A mention of the fate of those loyal to God who professed faith in the hereafter and who spent their lives while being fearful of the Almighty. Section 4, verses 29 to 36. A portrayal of the transformed state of affairs which everyone will face one day. Today the disbelievers do not care about anyone except their own selves and are making fun of the believers. However, on that day, the believers will be the joyous lot and will make fun of the disbelievers. Text of the Surah.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. ويل للمطففين الذين إذا اكتالوا على الناس يستوفون وإذا كالوهم أو وزنوهم يخسرون ألا يظن أولئك أنهم مبعوثون ليوم عظيم يوم يقوم الناس لرب العالمين كلا إن كتاب الفجار لفي سجين وما أدراك ما سجين كتاب مرقوم ويل يومئذ للمكذبين الذين يكذبون بيوم الدين وما يكذب به إلا كل معتد أثيم إذا تتلى عليه آياتنا قال أساطير الأولين كلا بل ران على قلوبهم ما كانوا يكسبون كلا إنهم عن ربهم يومئذ لمحجوبون ثم إنهم لصالو الجحيم ثم يقال هذا الذي كنتم به تكذبون كلا إن كتاب الأبرار لفي عليين وما أدراك ما عليون كتاب مرقوم يشهده المقربون إن الأبرار لفي نعيم على الأرائك ينظرون تعرف في وجوههم نضرة النعيم يسقون من رحيق مختوم ختامه مسك وفي ذلك فليتنافس المتنافسون ومزاجه من تسنيم عينا يشرب بها المقربون إن الذين أجرموا كانوا من الذين آمنوا يضحكون وإذا مروا بهم يتغامزون وإذا انقلبوا إلى أهلهم انقلبوا فكهين وإذا رأوهم قالوا إن هؤلاء لضالون وما أرسلوا عليهم حافظين فاليوم الذين آمنوا من الكفار يضحكون على الأرائك ينظرون هل ثوب الكفار ما كانوا يفعلون.
Translation of the Surah. In the name of God, the most gracious, the ever merciful. Woe be to those who weigh and measure less, who exact full measure when they take from others, and when they measure or weigh for others, give less than what is due. Do these people not think that they will be raised up one day for presence in a great day? On the day when men will rise to stand up before the Lord of the worlds? Certainly not. Indeed, the record of the disobedient shall be in Sijjeen. And what have you understood what the Sijjeen is? A written register. Devastation shall on that day be upon those who deny the day of retribution. Only they deny this day who are unjust and usurp rights. When our verses are recited to him, he says, Tales of the ancients. Certainly not. In fact, the rust of their deeds has settled on their hearts. Certainly not. On that day they shall surely be held away from their Lord. Then they shall be the ones who enter hell. Then it shall be said to them, This is what you have been denying. Certainly not. Indeed, the record of the righteous shall be in the Illahiyin. And what do you understand what the Illahiyin is? A written register in custody of the favored ones. Indeed, the righteous shall be in bliss, reclining on thrones, gazing around. The freshness of delight will reflect from their faces. Pure sealed wine shall be given to them to drink. The seal will be of musk. And it is for this thing those who wish to strive should strive with enthusiasm. And it will be mixed with tasneem, a special spring on whose banks these favored ones shall sit and drink. Those who remained sinners used to laugh at those who believed and used to make gestures through furtive glances when they passed them by. And when they would return to their people, they would return engrossed. And when they would see them, they would say, "Indeed, they are the strayed ones. They were not sent to be their guardians." But today, these believers will laugh at these disbelievers, reclining on thrones, gazing around. Why, have not the disbelievers been duly rewarded for what they did?